Hi guys, SDGRSNF88 speaking with the final review for Wagon Review Fortnight, and I hope you enjoyed all the reviews so far, but I've left a real cracker to last, and the wagon in question is another new wagon. I just forgot to mention that, but it's the latest one to come out, only coming out a few weeks prior to me filming this review, and as of yet I don't think there are any reviews of this, but there aren't very many reviews of wagons anyway. But the wagon in question is the new Bachmann Midland 20-ton brake van. But this review is special because it's not just one. I like that one down there. This review is of two of the new brake vans. Now there are four available, and these are the two BR liveried ones. There are two LMS liveried ones. There's an LMS Bauxite livery, which is very, you don't see very many LMS Bauxite liveries, but hopefully it'll be the start of many more wagons in that sort of livery, like vans and stuff. Because it was a quite common livery on the LMS, but no modelling company, Hornby or Bachmann or Dapol, have really seemed to jump on the bandwagon of that livery yet, which is really interesting. So hopefully they'll do a few more of those now. And also the other one is this stunning LMS livery, grey livery. Both of those are vacuum brake fitted, but as you know, I mostly model the Somerset and Dorset and British Rail period, so I had to get the two BR ones, and well, what can I say, they're absolute stunners. Now there is a difference between these two. They're not both the same. As I mentioned, there are four available, and there are two British Rail ones, which are these two. And there are quite a few differences, as you can clearly see from these two here. This one here has ducats, and this one here doesn't, as will be seen in the when I actually compared them on the track. But they are absolutely stunning. I must admit, these are probably the best wagons to have come out from an RTR company as of late. They are just absolutely stunning. And let's have a look at the price quickly. But I picked these up at Signals, of course, good old Signals at Midsummer Norton. And they were £13.90 each, which is an absolute steal for the amount of detail on these wagons. They are just absolutely amazing. So anyway, without further ado, and me blabbering on more about how excellent these wagons are, I'll let you judge for yourself when you actually see the review dash comparison between the two. So anyway, let's get them on the track. Here they both are on the layout, and what can I say? They are absolutely marvellous. I think I've saved the best to last here, definitely. So as you can see, you can clearly see some of the differences between the two here. But we'll start with the rear one, which is the one without ducats. Ducats, for those who don't know, is basically the box, that box there that you see on the side of most brake vans, but some obviously, like this one, didn't have it. And basically it allows the guard to sort of stick his head in, and there's a little bit of glass. It'll probably be best when I review that one, when I move on to that one in a minute. Basically they could actually look out without standing out on the front, basically, if it was raining or stuff, but they could clearly see sort of down and alongside the train sort of thing without coming out and leaning out over the edge of the train sort of thing. So anyway, this is the one without ducats. We'll start with the roof. As you can see, you've got the little stovepipe funnel there. Very tiny little funnel. Then again, obviously these are very accurate. So I suppose that's the proper size of them. And they've also got a sort of like a little ridge along the edge. I suppose that's just drain the water away without it rushing off the side or something like that. I honestly don't know. Then we come on down onto the ends. We'll do this end because obviously the other end's coupled up to the other van. And as you can see there, we've got the with the lighting, hopefully if it goes into focus. It's a bit blurry at the moment, I'm very sorry about this. There we go. You can see the guard's door in there, into the actual compartment of the van, again with glazing, and the door's in the centre, by the way. Also you've got this the little lamp brackets on the end, and look at that, separately fitted handrails. And I do believe the ones on the side, yes they are, or the ones on the side are also separately fitted, but we'll move on to that in a bit. Come on to the buffer beam and all this lovely rivet detail. I think I'll have a look closer at the buffer beam on the other one, because I think the other one's closer to the light, so we might be able to get a bit of a better look. But anyway, we come onto the side, and obviously we haven't got the ducat on this one, but you can see this beautifully well picked out badge here, or text on the side, as you see, 20 ton, and then we got the running number, which is M for Midland, and then we got a 281570, or is that 6? I'm not sure. It's right on the join. I believe that, no, sorry, that's a 6. So it's 281670. And then we got not in common use below, which I mean, so my Queen Mary also has this on the side. So I presume that they're only lightly used on freight trains. Not because some guards vans sort almost hardly spent time in the sidings. They're always out and about, sort of thing. So I presume that this one was not in common use, maybe due to its age or something. I honestly don't know, or the design. Then we come on to the running plate of the wagon, which is quite interesting really because it's grey. As you know, most running plates on wagons are black. This one's grey along with the body of the wagon. Then we got a little badge, a plate there, a black plate. I'm not sure what it says. Oh, you can probably read it, but it's a bit blurred from here. I know it says L, and then some numbers, and then P and some numbers below. But it's a bit too blurry for me to read it from where I'm to. And then next to it, we've got another we got the builder's plate now, which is again the running number, as you can see. This one is in grey, as we'll see when compared to the other one in a second. The other one is slightly different in the form that it's actually painted black. But that one's painted grey along with the body of the wagon. Then we've got the running board, which is obviously to get in and get out, walk along the side of the wagon. Again, that is beautifully painted, this lovely wood colour. With a grey lining along the edge, and then we come up onto the end, and it's basically the same as the other end. It's really, really gorgeous. There's another badge there of some sort, 20. I presume that's for 20 ton. And also there's that. Oh, we got date, date something, and then district number. So yeah. Oh, date oiled and district number. Ah, I see. There's a chalk plate there, right next to it. So obviously, the guard or whoever was who was ever on the wagon would probably write in chalk on that part there. Sorry, it's out of focus. The date that they last oiled the axle boxes, which you can clearly see there, which are very, very well detailed. So yeah, that's the whole meaning of that. One thing I've got to mention about both of these wagons is they're grey, so they are unfitted, which means they haven't got any vacuum brakes. The other two that are on the market, which is this stunning LMS Bauxite, and then this absolutely amazing LMS grey one with all the beautiful LMS on the side of it, and even the number plates picked out as if it was it's painted on, but on the real one it's painted on as well, but it's picked out as if it's like a number plate off of a nameplate off of a locomotive or something, and it says the number of the wagon on it. It's absolutely stunning, but both of those are, I believe, are fitted, which means they've got vacuum brakes. But ones that weren't, as I mentioned in previous videos, BR wagons which didn't have vacuum brakes were painted grey, like these two. So anyway, we come onto this wagon, and the roof is practically the same as the other one. There's quite a lot of similarities, so is the end, but clearly you can see it in more detail now. If I go around there, you can see the door into the compartment. There's one fault which people have been saying about these wagons, is you can probably just see it in there, but there's a mould, the thing that holds the roof on is right down the centre of the compartment, which is a bit of a shame, but then again, can you really see that when it's in operation? I think not, and it's just these wagons are just mind-blowing for value. I mean, compared to the Hornby CCT unit, these are the same price, and just wow. Then we got the buffer beam, which I didn't mention on the other one because we couldn't quite see it, but as you can see, there's a lot of rivet detail on there. The buffers are absolutely stunning, very, very sort of a vintage type of buffer, because these wagons are quite old compared to some of the other stock on the Rake. Then you got the coupling, which, as you can see, actually has two hooks, which I suppose that was so the wagon could be closer coupled. As I know some wagons do have this. It tends to be on brake fans, but they tend to have a separate hook as well. Well, like two places where chains can be coupled onto it. So they can run closer to the rake sort of thing. I suppose this is for aid in braking and stuff like that. Again, we come onto the side, and then this one again with all the separately fitted detail parts. Separately fitted handrails. We got the weight, and of course the running number of this one, which is M3579114. And then again, that's also clearly legible on the builder's plate. Strangely, it doesn't have that other builder's plate on here, and nor does it have the chalk thing where it's last oiled, which is quite interesting on that one. But yeah, but you can see there's a lot of similarities, but a lot of differences at the same time between these two. And then there's the axle boxes, again beautifully detailed, and of course the running boards. Look at the rivet detail, just holding on of those brackets, which are holding on the wooden running board there, which is the step one, which goes up into the actual up into the actual brake van itself. And then of course, last but not least, the most important difference between these two wagons is of course the ducket. As you can see here, very, very well picked out with a beautiful rivet detail. As you can see, it has like a metal frame around the outside, and then I believe that is metal, or might be ply or something. You know, obviously it's plastic on the model, but in real life. And then you can see that little glass window I was on about. I do believe there's actually glazing in there, where the guard would be able to look down the side of the train and see what is happening ahead, sort of thing. But oh, and one other thing I also forgot to mention is this offset pillar. Both of them have it. That's what I suppose is one of the distinctive features of these wagons. But normally, if you have one of them, it'd be either slap bang down the centre or not have one at all. But this one is like slightly off to one side. It's the same on both wagons. They're offset to the left, I believe. So it's offset to this side on this end, and then it's also set off to the left when you're looking at this end as well, as you can clearly see. And it's the same on the other one as well. I also believe that I missed it. There's also a lamp iron on the side of the post there. There is a lamp iron there as well. But I just cannot recommend these wagons enough. They are absolutely stunning value for money. But just look at them. They're just so beautiful. I mean, these are the BR liveried ones, which BR tends to be a bit less plain than the big four. As you know, they were more. BR was just more. It's doing its job sort of thing. But compared to the LMS liveries, which, as I mentioned, that beautiful LMS grey and that LMS bulk type, which are quite really eye-catching. But these even the BR grey ones, they're just absolutely, just look at them. You just have to look at them to see that, and they make an excellent pair. So what am I going to do with these? Well, one of them is going to be at the front of the freight rake, and the other one's going to be at the back. I know the ducket one will most likely be at the back, because that's where the duckets will most likely be needed, but in this case it's going to be at the front, purely because of the way they've been arranged on the track already. But yeah, they're just absolutely stunning, and what a way to end, well, what a way for the last review of Wagon Review Fortnight. So, of course, next video is the video you've all been waiting for, which is the running video, where we get to see all the wagons reviewed over the past fortnight in action, behind a locomotive, which will be a surprise until the video is unveiled. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this wagon review week, and looking forward to the running video. But I've really enjoyed filming this, and as you've seen, you've had a look at some of the latest wagons to arrive on the market, sort of thing. Well, when I filmed them anyway. But yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope this was a good way to sort of celebrate my second year on YouTube. So anyway, running video coming soon, and this has been SDJRSNF88 speaking, and thanks for watching.